Meet Helicoprion, an ancient shark about 20 feet long, famous for one of the strangest jaws in history. Instead of normal rows of teeth, it had a bizarre tooth spiral, like a built-in buzzsaw. Scientists are still debating exactly how it worked. Some think the spiral ground prey into pieces, while others believe the teeth rotated inward, pulling victims deeper into the shark's mouth. Either way, running into this thing in the ocean would have been pure nightmare fuel. Picture it. You're swimming along, and out of the deep comes a creature whose jaws look like they belong in a carpenter's workshop. Not exactly something you'd want to test out firsthand. Thankfully, Helicoprion went extinct long ago. If it hadn't, the ocean wouldn't be a place to relax. It'd be where your vacation ends before it even begins. And if you love learning about ancient monsters like this, hit that like button and subscribe. I promise there are plenty more unbelievable stories you've never heard of waiting for you. Meet Postosuchus, one of the top predators of the Triassic period, growing up to 16 feet long. People sometimes call it a half-crocodile, but that nickname doesn't make it any less terrifying. Unlike modern crocodiles, Postosuchus wasn't a patient ambush hunter lurking in the water. It walked tall on long legs, could move at real speed, and chase down prey like a relentless land predator. Its body was built for power, its teeth were razor-sharp, and its jaws could crush through large animals with ease. For any early human, running into this thing would have been game over before the chase even started. Essentially, this was a crocodile that mastered life on land and could go head-to-head with the fiercest hunters of its time. Good thing Postosuchus is long gone. If it weren't, every trip into the woods for our ancestors would have been like playing Russian roulette. Just imagine this. You're wading knee-deep in the water, thinking the worst thing that could happen is a jellyfish sting or maybe a crab pinching your toe. But suddenly, rising out of the sand comes Helicoprion, a sea scorpion almost 8 feet long. This isn't some cute little crab. This is an armored nightmare with claws built to grab prey and literally tear it apart. To a monster like that, you wouldn't be a swimmer, you'd be a walking burrito. If a regular scorpion in your kitchen is enough to send people screaming, just imagine the panic when faced with one the size of 2 kids stacked on top of each other. Thankfully, this beast is long extinct. Today's shallow waters are for relaxing, not for being dragged into a prehistoric horror movie. Meet Caprisuchus, a predator that looked like a crocodile but with the face of a wild boar. This beast could grow up to 20 feet long, and unlike modern crocs, it wasn't stuck in rivers and swamps. Caprisuchus could actually run on land, fast enough to chase down prey on all fours. Imagine that. Not a slow gator waiting by the shoreline, but a sprinting killer coming right at you across the plains. Its teeth curved forward like daggers, perfect for stabbing into flesh and holding on tight. For ancient mammals, this was a living nightmare. For humans, it would have been the kind of monster you couldn't escape from, whether you tried hiding in the water or running on land. Luckily for us, today we only deal with wild boars in the woods and crocodiles in the rivers. But millions of years ago, nature decided to fuse the two into one terrifying creature. Meet the Haast's eagle, the largest predatory eagle to ever live. It could weigh over 30 pounds, with a wingspan stretching nearly 10 feet. These giants ruled the skies of New Zealand, hunting massive flightless birds called moa, some of which were several times heavier than the eagle itself. But here's the terrifying part. They didn't just stick to birds. Archaeologists believe Haast's eagle may have attacked humans too. Its talons were longer than a lion's fangs, and when it struck, it could literally drive its prey into the ground. For ancient people, danger from above wasn't just a figure of speech, it was a daily reality. Luckily, today we look up at eagles with admiration, not with the panicked thought, "Wait, is that thing coming for me?" Meet Pliosaurus funke, better known as Predator X, one of the most terrifying sea monsters to ever exist. This beast stretched nearly 40 feet long, with a skull almost 6 feet across. Its teeth were the size of daggers, built to tear apart not only prey but even rival predators. Fast, powerful, and absolutely dominant, this was the true apex hunter of the oceans. For a human, running into Predator X would have been instant death. No chance of escape, no chance of reaching the shore. Even today's great white sharks would have looked like small fry compared to this monster. Thankfully, Pliosaurus went extinct millions of years ago. Otherwise, the phrase, "let's go to the beach," would sound less like fun and more like an invitation into the jaws of a prehistoric nightmare. Meet Estyminosuchus, a creature from the Permian period that looked like it was pieced together from parts of different animals. Its body was that of a massive reptile, growing up to 16 feet long, while its head was crowned with strange bony growths that looked like horns. But don't be fooled by its bizarre appearance. This was a predator. Its powerful jaws and sharp teeth could rip apart large prey with ease. For any human, an encounter would have been instant death. No chance to run, nowhere to hide. Imagine the strength of a rhinoceros, but with the instincts of a carnivore. Even lions and bears today would seem almost tame next to this monster. Luckily, Estyminosuchus disappeared millions of years ago. It's as if nature tried to experiment with building the ultimate beast, and then wisely decided to scrap the idea. Meet Xiphactinus, a giant predatory fish from the Cretaceous period that could grow up to 20 feet long. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary fish until you noticed it was the size of a car, with teeth sharp enough to slice through flesh in seconds. This monster was notoriously aggressive. Fossils have been found with the remains of other large fish still inside them, swallowed whole. In shallow waters, running into Xiphactinus would have meant certain death. For humans, it would have been the perfect ambush predator, blending in like a normal fish, then striking with deadly speed and zero mercy. Thankfully, Xiphactinus is long gone. Otherwise, a trip to the beach wouldn't feel like a vacation. It would feel like stepping into a survival game. Meet the cave bear, one of the most fearsome creatures of the Ice Age. This beast could weigh over a ton, and when standing upright tower, nearly 13 feet tall. For early humans, running into a cave bear was a death sentence. It was unbelievably strong, ferociously territorial, and fought with a rage that left no chance of escape. Hunters sometimes banded together in groups to face it, but even then, survival was far from guaranteed. The cave bear wasn't just a rival for food, it was a rival for living space. That's why its image often appears in ancient cave paintings. For our ancestors, this monster was more than an animal, it was a symbol of deadly danger. Thankfully, today we only deal with brown or polar bears, not their massive Ice Age cousin. Because for prehistoric people, the cave bear wasn't just wildlife, it was a nightmare made real. Meet Styracosaurus, proof that even plant eaters in the prehistoric world were deadly. This dinosaur stretched nearly 20 feet long, and its head was crowned with massive horns, including one that looked like a spear. Despite living on a vegetarian diet, Styracosaurus could easily skewer a predator or simply trample it into the ground. And it wasn't alone. It shared its world with other armored giants like Triceratops, ankylosaurs, and iguanodons, all equipped with horns, clubs, or armor that made them nearly untouchable. For a human, running into one of these harmless dinosaurs would have been a tragic mistake. Try explaining to a ton of muscle and bone that you were just passing by. Luckily, these giants are long gone, leaving us fossils to study instead of battlefields to survive. Among extinct predators, there are a few true superstars, the ones everyone's heard of. I didn't put them in the main list for that exact reason. Take the Megalodon, a shark up to 60 feet long, with jaws powerful enough to bite a car in half. Or the Titanoboa, a snake over 40 feet long, weighing more than a ton. It could strangle and swallow a crocodile whole, and a human would have been nothing more than an easy snack. Then there's the Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, with dagger-length fangs and the deadly advantage of hunting in packs. And of course, we can't forget the giant predatory dinosaurs, from allosaurs to the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex. If these monsters had never gone extinct, mammals would have stayed in the shadows. And that means humanity itself would never have appeared. Their disappearance was a tragedy for nature, but it opened the door for our evolution. When we say, it's a good thing these creatures went extinct, we mean only one thing. That's the reason humans and other mammals ever had a chance to exist. But today, the situation is completely different. In our modern world, every extinction is a tragedy that disrupts the balance of nature. Every animal, predator or peaceful grazer, plays a vital role in the ecosystem. If the disappearance of ancient monsters once opened the door for our species, Our job now is the opposite, to protect the life that still surrounds us. Because a new mass extinction wouldn't spark another wave of evolution, it would take away the future entirely. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video. And in the comments, let me know which extinct creature impressed you the most.